Ladies and gentlemen, comrades and seekers of truth, welcome to the 10th and final part of my Honoring Women from Our Region series. Each woman I've spoken about has carried fire in her heart and revolution in her footsteps. But today's story is deeply special to me because this isn't just a tribute to the legendary rebel, it's a tribute to the family. Today, I do not speak of a myth, I speak of a woman, a warrior, a rebel, but not just as a lone voice in the wilderness. She was born into a family that, when the time came, chose resistance over silence. She came from an upper caste landowning household, a home built on centuries of power, but within those walls were not just the comforts of privilege, but the courage to burn it down. She could have stayed behind the doors, but she opened them. She could have worn her surname like a shield, but instead she wielded it like a weapon against the Razakar. And she wasn't alone. Her mother Chokama, a woman raised in a feudal culture, said to her children, "Go fight." Her brother Bhim Reddy Narasimha Reddy became a key guerrilla strategist in the armed struggle. Their home didn't just witness the revolution, it became one of its bases. They sheltered fighters, they hosted meetings, they risked literally everything. She is Mallu Swarajyam, the Iron Lady of Telangana. Born into an upper caste feudal landowning family in 1931 at Kavirala, Kottagudem in Nalgonda district, she could have lived a life of privilege. But instead of protecting her silence, she chose to shout. From the tender age of 11, she defied caste barriers, distributing rice to bonded laborers from Dalit and tribal communities, even when her own uncles opposed her. Inspired by Maxim Gorky's mother, when she was just 10, she took up the banner of equality. And at just 16, she joined the Communist Party, and by 18, she had taken up arms, becoming a fighter in the armed dalam. During the Telangana's peasant rebellion, her courage turned into a symbol, so much so that the Nizam's Razakar offered a 10,000 bounty for her capture, calling her Razakar. But the path of rebellion is rarely romantic. It's full of flaws that never makes it into history books. My aunt, who is the daughter-in-law of Mallu Swarajyam, shared a story with me. A memory very heavy and raw. One night, while hiding from the Razakars, Mallu Swarajyam was staying in the house of a loyal supporter, and that woman had a baby, barely 2 months old, I guess. And when the police came searching, there was no time to explain, no time to beg. To protect Mallu Swarajyam, the woman pressed the baby into the Swarajyam's arms and said, "Take her, tell them she's yours," and then run to the forest. And so she did, into the wild with a baby in her arms. But the forest barely offers any mercy, right? No milk, no shelter, and no lullabies. And unfortunately, that baby didn't survive. When she returned handed and shattered, she couldn't even lift her eyes to the mother. But the woman, with tears in her own eyes, held her and said that, like, even you are a daughter to your mother. You are a fighter, you must go on. Tell me, what kind of love is this? What kind of strength is this? Not just Mallu Swarajyam's, but the woman who lost her child and still said, "Go fight." These are the parts of revolution that no one tells you, the grief, the guilt, the unbearable weight of survival. But Mallu Swarajyam carried it all and kept going. And then for 5 years, from 1946 to 1951, she led guerrilla squads through the jungles of Adilabad, Warangal, Karimnagar, and Nalgonda. She often recounted, "We lived in a great joy in the jungle despite the desired conditions." And after the armed struggle ended in October 1951, she transitioned into political life with the same fierce conviction. And in 1978 and 1983, she was elected MLA from Tungaturthi as CPIM candidate, and she served as a vital pillar in women's movement as General Secretary of Andhra Mahila Sabha and later President of its Aitva unit from 1981 to 2001. She was even a member of the CPIM Central Committee until 2022. Even in her personal life, Swarajyam never stopped being a revolutionary. She didn't raise children, she raised comrades. Her sons, Mallu Gautam and Mallu Nagarjuna Reddy, grew up hearing not bedtime stories but stories of resistance. They didn't inherit privilege, they inherited purpose. Her daughter Paduri Karna stepped into public life with the same fire in her voice, contesting as an MP candidate from Nalgonda in 2009, standing for the same people her mother had once fought beside. And today, that legacy doesn't just live in the pages of history, it lives in Mallu Lakshmi, her daughter in law. After a lifetime of struggle, Mallu Swarajyam passed away on March 19, 2022, in Hyderabad, aged 91. True to her lifelong commitment to the people, she donated her body to the medical college in the Nalgonda. She didn't live for praises, she lived for the people. And even in death, she gave her body, her story, her strength. Her revolution didn't just long for 2 days or 3 days, but it lasted till her death. So let's not mourn her, let's become her. Lal Salaam Mallu Swarajyam. The revolution lives on. The history is watching, and we are just getting started. Thank you.